The principle of nutrition that slows aging and the development of age-related dementia is based on a discovery that received the Nobel Prize in 2016. Curious Japanese scientist Yoshinori Ohsumi was awarded the Nobel Prize for his discoveries in the field of autophagy. His work was preceded by the important research of Belgian scientist Christian de Duve, who in 1974 identified cellular structures responsible for processing waste. However, it was Ohsumi's work on autophagy that explained the mechanism of cellular self-renewal. Thoughtful. After that, the whole world began talking about eating windows as a way to fight obesity, age-related dementia, diabetes, and cancer, as well as a method to slow down the aging process. Excited. Fasting according to Ohsumi's method. In 2000, Ohsumi held a conference in Berlin where he shared his research. His experiment was remarkably simple. He used yeast cells and placed them in an environment with critically low glucose levels, essentially a state of artificial starvation. By observing these cells under a microscope, he discovered that the cytoplasm began to form bubble-like structures. It turned out that when deprived of nutrients, cells start digesting their own damaged components. This process leads to cellular renewal. However, prolonged starvation can result in the complete destruction of cellular structures. Naturally, this discovery sparked further research. Although the human body is far more complex, it also has the ability to create new cells by recycling damaged particles, bacteria, and viruses. Benefits of fasting autophagy was first identified back in the 1960s, but its importance wasn't fully understood at the time. This process allows cells to remove toxins and fight infections. According to Ohsumi, the key factor that activates autophagy is stress, and fasting is one such form of stress. Today, scientists around the world are working on medications that could harness the effects of fasting to treat various diseases. Research has shown that this self-cleansing process benefits the body significantly. Food restriction activates sirtuin genes, which are associated with longevity and survival, especially under stress conditions like fasting. What is an eating window? Based on Ohsumi's discovery, the concept of an eating window was introduced. This is the time period between the first and last meal of the day. Studies have shown that reducing this window from the typical 12 hours to 8 hours can improve not only body composition but overall health. Research from the Salk Institute in San Diego found that a shorter eating window improves mental and physical performance, sleep quality, and blood pressure. In one study, participants consumed the same number of calories but within different time frames, 12, 8, 6, and 4 hours. The best results were observed in the group with the shortest eating window. This is explained by circadian rhythms. The body's processes depend on hormones like cortisol and melatonin. Cortisol peaks in the morning, increasing energy and appetite, while melatonin promotes sleep and cellular repair at night. A wide eating window disrupts these natural rhythms. We stay awake when the body needs rest and eat when it should be recovering, which accelerates aging. However, abruptly reducing the eating window is difficult. Cortisol has a second peak around 7 p.m., which can trigger hunger. That's why nutritionists recommend gradually replacing evening meals with light foods like vegetables and fruits. Over time, hunger decreases, making it easier to shorten the eating window without reducing calorie intake. An ideal schedule might include a full breakfast at 8 a.m., lunch at 12 p.m., and a light dinner at 4 p.m. Doctors agree that short-term fasting can be beneficial, but autophagy is not a cure-all. Weight loss from fasting mainly results from reduced food intake. Ellen G. White's Principles of Nutrition. To maintain good health, it is important to know what to eat, drink, and how to live. This conclusion was reached by 19th-century writer Ellen G. White. After suffering a stroke at a young age, she began studying the connection between diet and health and lived for about 60 more years. Principle 1. Moderation in eating. Overeating overloads the stomach, causes fatigue, headaches, and disrupts the body's functions. Principle 2. Simple food should be simple, varied, and primarily plant-based, including grains, nuts, vegetables, and fruits. She also recommended chewing food thoroughly, maintaining proper intervals between meals, avoiding overeating, and reducing meat consumption when possible. In conclusion, both modern science and Ellen White's views agree on one thing: moderation, simplicity in diet, and structured eating habits play a key role in maintaining health and slowing the aging process.